hope you're doing great today. Today we are going to learn a small sample on how to send alerts or emergency alerts to all of your application users in .NET 5 using SignalR. So, for those of you that do not know what SignalR is basically a library or a technology that allows you to broadcast or send pretty much instant messages to users. And you can choose to send them to a group, to specific users, or send them to everyone. SignalR is actually one of the most used approaches to create chat applications, for example. But there is the other side of it. There are actually two other sides of it. For example, when you are working with Blazor server uses SignalR connections to do the rendering in your client side. It sends messages back and forth to do the rendering logic, because you are only using the server, but you need somehow to say your client how to render and get a response that is processed from the server. But there's also there are also other things that you could do. For example, you can have a server running a background job or background task that will be checking for something, and depending on those results, sending messages to your users. Before we continue, please like the videos and share the channel so we can get more subscribers. Share it with everyone you know. Please use Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of your social networks to help us grow more. Okay, so as you see in this demo application, you are seeing that there is like a text being written every once and then, right? So that's basically just a small simulation of a server side checking for, let's say, there are emergency storms, thunderstorms, and snow, whatever you could think of, right? Crashes in highways, something like that, so you can notify your users that happened, so they find like another route, or they don't even go out, or if they are out, will find shelter, things like that, right? So how do we do this? So for those of you who have been watching the videos, you already know that in this project we have the SignalR libraries. Then we added a filtering hub and the filtering message, which are two classes that we are using for strongly typed hubs and messages, right? So now what we have is a class named emergency alerts job that inherits from background service. Background services or hosted services are .NET Core .NET 5 services that are running as a service, and you can configure the service to run it in your web applications too. So as soon as I launch the web application, this background service or background job is being executed. It performs whatever logic is in there that we are going to see in a second, and it keeps executing until there is like any reason to stop executing the service, right? So in this small example, what we are doing is, you see that we are receiving in the constructor a hub context that has a chat hub and a filtering hub client type. So this is to mark the hub context as a strong type, right? The hub is actually a chat of type chat hub, and the messages are, filtering hub clients. The client is type filtering hub client. So what is the hub context? The hub context basically allows you to have the information and the behavior of your hub in the server side. So when you do SignalR, you usually do it from the client side, and you establish a connection from your client side and send messages back and forth, right? And your hub, the chat hub in this case, already has the logic to communicate back to the client. In the server side, however, we are not behaving, or we are not processing the logic in response to user messages or behavior. We are actually checking an external event, and based on that, we are broadcasting whatever we need to broadcast to all of our users. So we need a context for that. .NET allows us to do that, and that's what we can do with hub context. That's what it has. Basically, the context of the SignalR connections. Okay. So yeah, we set it in the class, we set the instance, right? And then here we execute the logic. You see this is a normal .NET service. And you see here we are getting a response from this function or this method, check for emergency. This is just a dummy test method, right? And we are always returning the same thing. But to do this for real, basically here you will be checking, let's say, Azure Maps to check the weather for specific locations. If you have the locations where your users are, the GPS coordinates, you can map that and send the messages to the users in those coordinates, right? Things like that. Okay. Now if it returns true, right, if emergency is true, we send the message to all of our users, and we are doing this every 20 seconds just for demo purposes. And that's what you see in here. We have all of these messages in here, right? There are a lot, and the longer we wait, the more we will have in there. So yeah, basically what you have to do is create a class that you can name it however you want, that inherits from background service, right? In the constructor, by using dependency injection, you get the hub context. It is strongly recommended that you use strongly typed hubs and clients, otherwise you will be having to send, you will need to send the message using string-based message names, and that's potential cause of errors because of misspelling and things like that, right? So it's better to have methods that you know what they are doing without having to write the actual string value. Yeah, that's basically what you do in there. Now you need to register it, right? In order to register it, you need to go to the startup, and you need to do a couple of things. You need to add the hosted service, right? Emergency alerts job, which is in here. You need to have already registered your you need also to register your chat, right? The chat hub and all that. Let's see. Yes, that's basically what you need to do. The most important thing is adding the hosted service, right? And make sure that you are using SignalR, but if you follow the tutorials and the videos, you should already have your SignalR. So that's it. Let us know anything else you would like to have. Remember we do videos, tutorials, and trainings about .NET Core, now .NET 5, Azure, and Unity. Thank you very much, and have a great day.